What next for net neutrality? Let's ask Krista Cox, Director of Public Policy Initiatives at the Association of Research Libraries, and Ryan Rabac, Marketing Director at the American Sustainable Business Council. Welcome.
Thank you.
Krista, to Senator Markey's point, this isn't just about dollars and cents. Talk about how the non-commercial importance of equal access plays out.
Sure. Well, so often the debate around net neutrality is seen as a debate between the big internet service providers and the edge provider companies. But what we're missing here is the voice of libraries, researchers, students who depend on an open internet to access data sets and information online. It is critical to the mission of libraries to disseminate information. That is the core value and core mission of libraries and education, is to provide open and equitable access to information. And without an open internet, if you're forcing people to pay to prioritize their content, then you're losing that non-commercial voice.
When the web first came about, I thought, does this obsolete the library? But no, it's the opposite. It's the ultimate biblio, right? Absolutely.
The internet has really expanded the reach of libraries. It has allowed for a lot of innovation by libraries. Libraries build the information platforms that are that are used by commercial and non-commercial partners. For example, the National Library of Medicine is the largest medical library in the world, and they receive tons of information each day that they upload to their site. They add value by curating that, by linking it with other information in their database. And they provide access to 4.8 million journals in PubMed Central for the public to access, for researchers and students to access.
Ryan, FCC Chairman Ajit Pai, who is sulking tonight, calls that Title II net neutrality heavy-handed. He says, leave it to the marketplace. Is that good for the marketplace?
I would challenge that definition, actually, because Title II actually has a long conservative history from its founding, and the rules were working very well up through 2015, and I didn't see a lot of complaints from any companies in the economy besides AT&T, Verizon, and Comcast, major ISPs. So we actually feel that giving them this extra level of control when expansion isn't hindered, they're doing just fine. They're doing an important service that everyone needs. That we just don't need to give them any more of that. I think heavy-handed would actually be giving these big incumbent ISPs more control and choosing winners and losers rather than what we have now.
Right. Ryan and Krista, in that order, Republicans accuse the Dems seeking to preserve net neutrality as fear-mongering. Fair or unfair?
I think that's unfair, and I think it'll take a little bit of time before we see the cable companies take advantage of this new power, because they know there's all this grassroots pressure and business pressure now. So what they want is for all of us to forget about this for a little while, and for everyone to calm down, and then we'll start to see the slower speeds, the higher fees, favoring of bigger players over the little guys, and all of that kind of stuff we're worried about.
Krista, the skepticism is healthy, isn't it?
Well, I agree with what Ryan said, that it'll be a while before we see what the ISPs actually do. But I think we also have to remember that the D.C. Circuit in the Verizon v. FCC case in 2014 said that they agreed with the FCC's finding that the ISPs had an economic incentive and the ability to do things like paid prioritization, and that Verizon really couldn't come up with any arguments and didn't really challenge that assertion.
Ryan, what really seems to animate those in favor of the existing net neutrality rules is fear that their speed is going to slow down. And this isn't just about Netflix and YouTube. There are economic consequences to businesses for slow-loading internet content, correct?
Yeah, there actually have been studies on this, and just a second slower in your page loading time as a business trying to sell something online and compete in a fair marketplace with somebody like Walmart or Amazon, those seconds are valuable, and you're losing huge percentages of your customers if they have to wait, because they're just going to go somewhere else where the site loads faster.
Abandoned shopping carts, for instance.
Absolutely.
I gotcha. All right, prediction time. Ryan and Krista, in that order. What, if anything, do you think will change on June 11?
Day of, I don't think we're going to see anything. We'll see some gloating from the opposition and saying that the internet's still here, nothing's changed. But hopefully we can still move forward and get the rules restored, or else in a year or two, I think we're going to be in a lot worse shape for businesses and consumers alike.
This could be tied up in the courts for a while anyway, huh?
Absolutely. I think that if the House does not act on CRA, we have to look to the courts to fix this problem and overturn the FCC's decision as being arbitrary and capricious.
Krista Cox from the Association of Research Libraries, Ryan Rabac from the American Sustainable Business Council, thank you for stepping into the big picture.
Thank you.